This is to certify that Movie Chats has been classified for live streaming.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for Movie Chats. And I forgot to put little Steve.
Yeah, I think I'll come on if that's all right. See what's happening already. Hey, everybody.
Oh, sorry. That was unintentional, my friend. I'm sorry. I forgot to put you back in when we started the stream. I think that
Jesus
just
Christ.
sums up. I think that sums up what type of week I am having, doesn't it? Right, Steve, how was your week?
Yeah, it's not been too bad, mate. It's just been busy at work, so I've on last day today, so 4 off now. But yeah, it's gone quickly, to be honest. It's gone really quick this week. How's everybody else? How are you doing, mate?
Busy, harassed.
Harassed.
It's one of those weeks, mate. It's one of those weeks. It's just not quieting down, you know.
Mind you, to be fair, the weather's been really a bit cold, hasn't it?
It has. It's been unpredictable as well, the weather.
Mm.
You know, when did I message you? Was it Tuesday that it was snowing?
Yeah,
so
I think so.
I had to defrost my car at 2:30 in Middlewich.
Yeah.
And by the time I drove home, parked up, said hello to Lana, the heavens opened with the snow. It was like a big snow blizzard for about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
We went, it stopped, and we went to the gym. And by the time we come out the gym and got our brews, the snow start again. And it's just snowed ever since.
Who else has had snow then? Because I haven't yet. We've had a lot of ice and just cars frozen over in the morning. But we haven't had snow yet, but it's been absolutely freezing.
No, it just came out of the blue. It just came out of nowhere. It was just like, my God, where's this snow come from? I know it's been forecasted. It was forecasted, right? But you don't expect it, do you? You know, you never know.
Kerry's had snow. Right, let's just quick say hello to everybody. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Kerry. Hey, Pat. Then us. Hey, Limelight. Hey, Tonks. You'll be well. Hey, said Sharon now. And Kuro. Hey, how are you doing, buddy? I was watching Tonks's video the other night. They've got a Reebok t-shirt that's pretty nice. I've just seen it on their store. It's got candy skulls on it. It's Day of the Dead, sort of. I think it's Mexico. Quite nice. I was eyeing that up. The movie Fabric fans.
You got James May. Okay. Yeah, so it's been a bit of an interesting week. So this week's show, we are reviewing The Good, the Bad, and The Little Steve, the Ugly. We are also looking at Sylvester Stallone. So we've got some good stuff. And I've got some interesting movie news in that segment as well. So let's Little Steve, I started
Yeah, they have, to be fair. I mean, to be fair, it's a nice t-shirt. It's just unusual. It's a Reebok one. I've not seen that sort of design before. But Tonks couldn't figure out that there was a woman on the picture of it.
Oh, so is it like Chris, is it? Doesn't know if it was a cat or a polar bear.
Well, yeah, something like that. Like I say, I watch their videos whenever they put one out. Go to get your tickets. Who is this?
Don't know. Gotta go, Jason. Don't know. Anyway, right. So, shall we start off with movie news? Not movie news. Homework movie. So,
hey, Gareth.
I'm completely not with this this evening. Oh God! Right, I'm going to have to wake up in a minute. Right. So, homework movie: The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Hey, lady.
Now, I know little Steve has watched it because I messaged him before, and I started to watch it. I didn't realise I've never seen this film. It's one of those films that I've seen clips of. I know it's been parodied. I know the references, but I've never sat down and watched this film.
Hey, up! Can we make a note? Hello.
Oh, there we go.
I know, privileged.
So yeah,
Having the battery.
So I've never seen this film before.
Hmm.
You know, it's funny when I see now I've seen it. I can understand references and other stuff now that refers back to The Good and Bad and the Ugly.
Fucking me now.
You know, and yeah, it's an interesting. What was your thoughts, Steve?
Hang on a second. There you go. Get rid of that cunt. Just doing my head in. Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, it's the first time I've watched it on Blu-ray. I'm sure I think I remember seeing it years ago with my dad. It's definitely one of those. I say it's on a Sunday movie, but it's an 18, so maybe it wasn't. But I mean, it's Clint Eastwood as a cowboy, isn't it? I mean, I've got a few of those. I've got the Good, the Bad, and I've got the blooming Dirty Harry stuff as well, and I've got this one as well. So you know, I've got quite a few Clint Eastwood movies. But no, I liked it. I forget what that. What was that guy called? The guy who plays the bad. I've seen
Angel
him.
Eyes.
I've seen him in stuff before. It's really bugging me what he was out of. But yeah, I enjoyed it. To be fair, like I say, the first time I've seen it on Blu-ray, the picture quality was really good on it. There's a couple of grainy bits where you could tell they hadn't really put the effort in as much, but no, it was really good.
Yeah, the bit that I got, the dubbing was a bit funny. Do you know, because it's it's like Italian. It's like Italian actors filmed in Spain, and you know, and where they've got like the original voices, the original actors, the dubbing's not finished. So that stands out now. But then again, the film's what 66, 65, something like that. So it's an old film. I did like the
66.
66. I did like the bits where obviously different plot points were given to different characters, and then they all have to sort of come together to make it happen. And I did like the tracking scenes where he's at the different campsites and he's Lana's in, you know, and
that's him. What was he in now? He was in The Godfather Part 3. That's what I'm thinking of. I think The Godfather. When he comes to see Don Corleone.
Yeah,
that's what I remember him out of.
So yeah, there is bits of range, but I also like the way that, like I said, they sort of foreshadowed it, so you knew what was going on, but you also knew the actors and the characters didn't know what was going on. But then they flip it last minute, so something else had happened, and you're like,
It's just like I said before. What I liked is that first bit where you sort of figure out that Clint Eastwood and that guy is basically going around towns trying to get his reward money up.
Yeah.
And literally just shooting him down, and then they're having a discussion about like the heart, who gets what out of it. And it's like, well, I'm putting my neck on the line. He's like, yeah, but I'm the one that's shooting it. I'm the one that's cutting the rope. So he's like, yeah, fair point. But then when they can't figure out that. See, this is the thing, right? When they can't figure out that they're going to get any more. Obviously, Clint Eastwood cuts him loose, sort of thing, and says it's 70 miles to the nearest town.
Yeah,
who's walking 70 miles?
Yeah, I think that the last bit where you know, and I know I've seen this like parodied and stuff like that, but it was good seeing the standoff as well. And all they're doing is just glancing at each other,
Yeah.
and a little bit of hand movements, and he looks, and then hand comes back again. It was just like, yeah, you caught me going for me gun there, you little, you know.
It's even at the start though. It's like when the music comes on, you know the music instantly, don't you?
Yeah.
It's like bloody hell. That's where it's from.
Yeah, but like you say though, looking at stuff, and I can see where things like Firefly and some of the other series have got little aspects of that from, and other films have taken parts from it and stuff like that, and ideas.
Yeah.
And now I've seen it, I understand that bit more now, because on some of it I was like, what are they referring to? But obviously they're referring to the good, the bad, and the ugly. So now it is one I am going to buy on Blu-ray, and there is a copy of it in my local CEX. So I think I'm going to go tomorrow and buy a copy and have it in my collection. So it's not often I do this where I watch a film for homework and then go and buy a copy afterwards. You know,
Yeah.
we've usually got it or I've streamed it somehow, but I was actually searching for a copy of it, and we've got one in our local CX.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, to be fair, I had to double check the box sets that I've got, you know, but luckily I picked it up a while back. But I mean, it says on there it's remastered and as rugged as ever. But it's a good movie. It's a good movie, and I need to watch. I need to watch some more of his movies now, I think.
He's called He's called Slightly Smaller Steve now.
Well, that was the thing I did this week. I mean, I literally reorganized my Blu-rays and obviously put that stuff on the wall that I've shown you. So that took me a good bit of time on my time off to move everything around. I was getting annoyed because they were just everywhere. So I was like, right, I need to create more space. So I went out and put a load of shelves on the wall.
No, yeah, I have considerably lost a bit of size, shall we say? Yeah, even then. Right. So, would you, for people like me that haven't seen this film, Steve, would you go and watch it? Would you recommend it to people to go and watch?
I would do, because I think it's a piece of history, that, isn't it? Really. I mean, there's a lot of movies out there that are considered classics, and I think that's probably definitely one of them.
Do you think it's? Do you know, like when you talk, I don't know, say like sci-fi films, you talk Star Wars and Star Trek and Starship Troopers, and you know you've got your shark movies. You're referring stuff to like Jaws. Would you refer this as the masterpiece Western sort of the top film?
No, I don't.
I know it's like the 9th ranked movie ever, isn't it? But would you say it's like up there with the best? I'm not a big Westerns fan. So.
No, and this is the thing, is that, you know, as I said to you, I've still got a few more of his to watch. But I've been saying that, as I said to you before, I don't know if it is the definitive one, because there's others out there that I haven't seen. You couldn't make that judgment if you haven't seen the rest of them. You know, it could be A Million Ways to Die in the West for all I know. You know,
that's that film.
I know it is, but I'm giving you an example. To everyone's different interpretations. I'd say it's definitely up there as a classic for Clint Eastwood, and obviously that sort of theme. But it's really up to the interpretation of the watcher, really. But it's definitely worth a watch. Definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, well, this one, you see, the 3 hour to 4 hour time scale for movies is what gets me, because, you know, when we were talking the Justice League, the Snyder version, I was like, am I going to watch it with it being just short of 4 hours? And then when I realized that I watched 4 episodes of something an hour long, or binge watch a series in a day, I could probably have 4 hours to watch a film, and that's what I did today, and sat there and just had it on and just let it go through. But it didn't feel like it was 3 hours.
Yeah.
There is some 3-hour films that I've watched and I've known it's 3 hours, and I was like, right, I'm not going to watch that again. But this one, I could probably sit there and watch it again. Hence why I'm going to go and buy a copy tomorrow. So next week's pickup of the weeks, you will see The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Right. So Neil wants Cool as Ice and Please Hammer, Don't Hurt Them.
Cool as Ice.
And Please Hammer, Don't Hurt Them. Don't hurt them.
Please Hammer.
Hey, Brad. Hey, Peter. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Okay. So I'll tell you what we'll do then, Steve. We'll move, as I'm making the amendments onto this one, we'll move on to featured actor. So this week's featured actor was Sylvester Stallone.
The one and only.
The one and only. Now, I did have to check we did get the right actor, because I did say to Lana she could bin a piece of paper that had it all written down. So I was like, right, okay. So yeah, I had to redo my homework. There we go. I've changed them. They're on the wheel for you now, Tonks. So would you like to start off with your top 5?
I struggled with the top 5, so I've gone a little bit rogue and gone, I think, 6 or 7 of them, to be fair.
You stayed at 6 or 7 because I could have quite easily gone to 10.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is that the way I looked at it, right, is there's at least 2 franchises there where I wanted to just have one out of those, and then obviously the rest of them are movies that I enjoy. So I've gone
I've picked one of my favourites out of the 2 main franchises.
Yeah, exactly. So I've gone with Lock Up. Love that movie. Okay. Rambo First Blood.
Yeah.
Over the Top. That's cheesy as hell. Demolition Man. Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
And Rocky 4.
Okay, right. You've got some on there. Hey, hello. The WWE. I tell you what, Brad, what we'll have to do is that you'll have to come on the show one day and we'll test your wrestling knowledge against Steve and I, and we'll put that belt up for grab, shall we, in a triple threat. I think that'll be a good show. So my Sylvester Stallone, I've kept it. I have managed to get it down to a 5, right? So I've gone with Rambo, the 2008 Rambo. Because I just loved that. I just thought the return of him and the way that they brought him back was just superb, and some of the death scenes on it was brilliant. Because I think Rambo 3 got a bit funny, where he single-handedly takes down the Russian attack helicopters. I've got with Demolition Man. Compared to now, he does it every week. I've got Demolition Man. I've got Escape to Victory. I've got The Samaritan. I just love The Samaritan. I just think it's a great little...
I haven't got around to watching that,
It's a great little superhero sort of movie with great little kicks and turns here and there.
Yeah.
And Rocky 4. You've got to have Rocky 4.
See, that's my thing. Rocky 4 for me is my favourite on that one.
Yeah. So you've got to have Rocky 4 in there. And then I've got mentions, which I could quite happily have gone to 10.
Everybody get comfortable. He's got his mentions.
The Escape Plans. Have you seen the films, The Escape Plan?
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. I do enjoy them. The first one's great. The second one's okay. The third one, not so much. But as a series, it's good.
Yeah.
I've got Detox. Now, I watched this recently. It's called I See You on Netflix, but it was originally called Detox when it came out.
Yeah.
And another one I've watched recently, because obviously we've been doing this homework, was Copland. I really enjoyed Copland, where he's the deaf cop and he can't get into the original cops, so he's a sheriff and, in a police town. Brilliant. I love that idea. Cliffhanger. I really did enjoy Cliffhanger, and of course Judge Dredd. And I know people hate Dredd for various reasons, but I love it. I think it's a great film.
Okay, so you watched. I was just watching. I just listened to this reading Richards. He said he watched Source Code yesterday. What do you reckon to that? I enjoyed that film.
I enjoyed it.
The championship is on the line.
There we go. Yeah, I'll have that.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's got absolutely everything in that film.
Mm.
And the sex robot.
But yeah, hey
Rich.
I'd love to see the new Rocky 4 that was brought out last year or the year before. I haven't got around to watching it yet, but I'd love to see it.
But have you actually released it, like, physically or even on a streaming?
I don't know if they have or they haven't, but
they're missing a trick if they haven't. Because I haven't seen it. The second I see that advertised, I'll buy it because I love that film. And if it makes it different, then that's good. Then I think.
So I was saying to Lana the other day about going to watch the classic releases in the cinema again.
Yeah.
The classic releases that have been re-released in the cinema again. Sorry, not me going to see them, because there's certain films that I'd love to see on the big screen. Star Trek 2 is one of them, and I missed it when it was at the View just before Christmas. And like I say, the release of Rocky 4 will be absolutely brilliant on the big screen. So I will need to get round to going that. Failing that, what I might just do is hire out cinema screen and just have my own showing of it, and just sit there, because we did that for my cousin's stag do. We hired out a cinema screen just to play Xbox on the cinema screen. It was brilliant. So yeah, that's my Sylvester Stallone's. Now, obviously, he's getting old now, and the fact that the Expendables are getting a 4th movie.
Yeah.
How long do you reckon he can go as this action hero now? Because he must be pushing death by now, surely.
He can still go for another 20 years, yeah.
Have you seen interviews about Forrest Gump 2, where they're going to take the story?
Okay.
No. Well, parts of Forrest Gump is supposed to be based on true events, isn't it? And I know some of them.
Yes, I know that bit. Yeah, it's he wanted to make it look as authentic as possible, didn't
he? Yeah.
It literally got battered.
Mm-hmm. Throw them on my phone. So there is stuff there that I'd expect to come to an end. Like I say, I don't think we've got any more Rambo films. I don't think we're going to get any more Rocky film, because he's not in Creed, is he? He's not going into Creed 3. So I don't think we're going to get to see him. I don't think we're going to get to see him as Rocky. I don't think we'll get any more Expendable films with Sly's character in it after this, and I don't think Dolph Lundgren's going to do any more either, because he's at that point.
Yeah,
however,
probably.
You'd expect to see the younger crop carry that through then, won't you?
Yeah.
Retire them out and stuff.
Taffy chucking out some classics, Ants, and throw Mama from the train. So yeah, the other one that we've definitely missed is obviously Stop or My Mum Will Shoot.
Yeah.
The critically acclaimed movie. I think the only reason I watched that is because it had the Golden Girls in it, or at least one of them.
I was laughing at an interview I saw with Arnold Schwarzenegger when he said, "Is it true that you tricked Stallone into doing a film?" And he said, "Yeah." He said that I read the script. It was awful. However, I put out that I was really interested in doing it. It's going to be a mega hit. And next thing you know, Stallone's all over it, and that's how he ended up doing "Stop All My Mum Will Shoot."
Yeah, I agree with you on this one, mate. Yeah, I to be honest with you, I didn't click onto that, Kerry, to be honest, until I was looking at his filmography. It was King Shark, wasn't
he? There you go. He's of ICU. Yeah, it was a bad accident, wasn't it? Was it a car accident?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I were you, Brad, I'd stop looking at movie news and start genning up on your wrestling, because I know I will be. Right, let's move on to movie news, shall we? What's that? Yeah. I don't think it helps that he was caught throwing them around after he was lifting them, was he? So.
Oh, it was a skiing accident, Kerry said. Yeah, I think it was actually. You're right.
There you go. Right, so let's move on to movie news, shall we? Movie news. Thank you, Kathy. You've read my mind. Alec Baldwin and the film armourer from Rust, Hannah Reid, look like they're getting charged with manslaughter.
I thought he got away with it by this point.
12 months down the line after the death of the person on set.
Yeah.
It looks like they're getting done for manslaughter, both of them. So although Baldwin says he never actually pulled the trigger, or he's just responsible because he was holding the weapon in the direction of the people, because it killed one and injured the other, didn't it? So
yeah,
one of which being the director. So yeah, that's breaking news. That was about 2 hours ago.
Really?
That was going on. Eddie Murphy has come out and he's explained the only reason why he's doing a Beverly Hills Cop 4 is because Jerry Bruckheimer has written it and producing it. So he was saying that there's been 6 or 7 scripts since Beverly Hills Cop 3 that he's not back, because he's saying it's not quite a Bruckheimer standard. Now he's come back, he's doing it. However, he's got instant regrets, because he said doing the action sequences nearly killed him because of his age. So, yeah. How old do you reckon you need to be before you stop acting a part that you played back in the 90s 30 years later?
Yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it?
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if Eddie Murphy is now still considered to be a action comedy star. Is he more just a comedy star? Especially when you're doing films like Norbit and things like that, you know. One that's really got me excited, is that Tron 3 has finally been given the go-ahead.
No.
You know? So Tron Legacy was out a couple of years ago, which was supposed to reboot and restart the franchise.
Couple?
Yeah. Obviously, because of the flop of like Tomorrowland and stuff like that, Disney pulled back on the sci-fi aspects of these films. Now,
how far back do you think it was?
Tron 3 is probably 2010, 2007-ish.
2007-ish.
Ish.
Be quicker for some fucker to Google it at this point.
Could be.
I'm trying to find the date on it. Go on, Google it, because I can't find a date on the Blu-ray.
2010.
Wow, really? I mean, you're talking 13 years ago.
Yeah, I knew it was 2000. I said 2010, 2010.
Nice one, Kerry.
It was there. So Tomorrowland bombed, and therefore Disney pulled back, didn't they? And didn't release them. So, Gerard Leto had signed on to do Tron 3. He still signed on to do Tron 3. We've got a director, Yoshin Ronin, who does the Caribbean movies. He did the fifth one of them, so he's now on board.
Yeah.
But there's no return for Jarrett Hudland, Olivia Wilde, or Jeff Bridges at this point. Those characters are not coming back into this film.
Well, Jeff Bridges, they'd had to thingy, didn't they? Had to like de-age him. It was like one of the first de-ages I'd seen that, and it was terrible.
So his character's not coming back. Obviously, Flynn stayed in the construct, didn't he? He stayed in the construct at the end of Tron Legacy. I'm just trying to remember this because he gave Akora the disc, didn't he, for a hit?
I always wanted one of those discs. I thought they were well cool.
So that's what happened there. Now, those characters aren't coming back, so we're going to get new characters. Now, from what I was reading before, if this takes off and people enjoy this, then we'll get a short movie to tell us what happened with the other two characters, and they may return back in later in the franchise. Kathy's saying here that Tron Legacy was a toughest. It wasn't. I loved it. I thought the Daft Punk soundtrack was amazing. I thought
I did.
I thought the visuals on it was superb. Oh. Martin Sheen was brilliant as well. You know, there's a lot of good to happen in Tron Legacy, and I was actually devastated the fact that we never got the thingy, the sequel to it. Megan 2 has been greenlit.
Really, I ain't seen the first one yet.
The Megan 2's been greenlit. Apparently, surviving members of the cast are coming back in the sequel, which means obviously Megan's the actress who played Megan's going to be back in the sequel. And it's got a predicted release date of January 2025.
Yeah.
I don't know. The storyline to Tron Legacy wasn't that bad, I don't think. I don't think it was that bad at all.
Disney Tron Legacy Deluxe Identity Disc, £150 on eBay.
Have you seen the people that do the cosplay? They get like a black jumpsuit and then LED lights up it. That's all. That always looks cool. I might have to have a look at the Tron stuff. The big movie news, of course, is China lifting its ban on Marvel films.
No.
As of next month, Disney Marvel films will be allowed to be shown again in China. The last one to be shown was Spider-Man Far From Home. That was in 2019.
Yeah.
So you've missed nothing really of note since, really, have they? And then you've got the first movie to be shown as of next month is going to be Black Panther, and then Ant-Man 3. So they're taking Black Panther as the latest release. So they're not going to get to see the audacity that it was for Love and Thunder. They're not. That's not happening. So they're moving on from there onwards. So China is now going to get the Marvel releases officially.
Tonks is siding with Kathy, saying it was a load of rubbish.
No, it wasn't. You'll be telling me Starship Troopers is rubbish next. I don't know. Just no taste. No taste at all.
It was just the fact that visually it was brilliant. It looked awesome. The movie looked absolutely amazing. The soundtrack was great. No, Peter, I haven't watched The Last of Us yet, but I'm dying to see it because there's a lot of people raving about that first episode.
Do you know, I haven't seen the Bad Batch yet either, the Disney's Bad Batch. There are a couple of episodes in. Starship Troopers is so outdated. It's okay back in the time, but not now. I don't know. I still think effects-wise it holds up.
Oh, God.
The bit where he's having his brain shut down. Brilliant. Right, anyway, so that's movie news. So, yeah, the big ones. Alec Baldwin is going to get charged. And we'll
Yeah, but, I mean, the thing is, when you say he's going to get charged, like, what do you think is the worst-case scenario for Alec Baldwin?
A couple of months in prison.
A couple of days, you mean?
No, months. Manslaughter comes with a couple of years. Obviously, with them not being normal people, that he'll get a shorter sentence. But ultimately, he still pointed a weapon that killed someone.
I'll give you that one.
What is up with Starship Troopers? It's an awesome film. God, that's so full. Yeah, I need to get back into it and watch it. Have you seen the Winnie the Pooh, where Winnie and Piglet are cannibals and they're eating people with masks on and stuff?
Is that going to be like blooming
Blood and Honey or something? It's called, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking what it is. What they called? No.
Banana Splits.
No. Well, yeah. Is it like the Banana Splits horror thing?
That's what you were just singing, then, the Banana Splits.
Yeah, I know. My dad used to watch it when I was little. But there's a horror version, isn't there? I've got. Is it going to be like that, do you think?
Possibly. Have you seen the sequel, Steve? The Hero of the Federation was the second one, and Marauder was the third one. The second one's not great. The third one was okay. It's got Jolene Bullock in it from Star Trek Enterprise. She's in that one. However, but I did enjoy the animated films as well, which was Hero, Traitor, and what was the other one? What was the other one called?
You've stumped him now.
But yeah, you've stumped me now. The animated films are a lot better because they continue on from the set from the
Well, how many times has Kathy had to endure Starship Troopers?
Invasion was the other one.
Probably House Arrest, I would imagine, Cherry, to be honest. Last of Us game was great. I can honestly say, hands down, apart from Uncharted, which I enjoyed, The Last of Us had the best story arc I've ever played. I really, really enjoy that game.
Do you think they're going to stick to... I've never played the game because I'm not a PlayStation, so I don't know anything about this. So, do you think they're going to stick to the story arc and therefore people that have played the game know what's going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that from what I can gather, the first episode, people are raving about the fact that it's so like the actual game when the game starts off, and obviously is it Pascal? What's he called? The guy in it.
Yeah, the one from Game of Thrones and The Mandalorian.
Yeah, he's apparently he sounds just like the character off the game. But they're quite shocked on how good they've managed to reenact the sort of start of the game. So yeah, so Pascal, thank you, Chimbonda.
Right,
he's a good actor. He is.
So are they going to keep it? Because, like I say, The Witcher and you're going to laugh now, Halo and stuff like that. They're series based on games and books and stuff like that, where they've taken different parts of different universes and beta threads and stuff and made the TV series out of it. The Last of Us hasn't got that extended universe, has it? It's only got the games,
Yeah.
as far as I'm aware. So are you at risk of knowing what's happening in each of the?
To a degree, but I mean, the thing is that the irony is that the cinematography in the game itself and the story and the way that they do it is really, really good, like really good. So even if they carbon copied the game, I'd be happy to sit there and watch it because it's such a good story. I've still got I bought the second one on day release, and I've still yet to play it, the second one. But I really enjoyed the first one. So yes, I did play the Alien game. Yeah, I remember. For me though, I think the scariest game I played was, I think it might have been Silent Hill, because the atmosphere music in that is just off. It's just mental.
The first Silent Hill.
Yeah, the first one. Resident Evil give you a bit of a jump, but Silent Hill, playing that like proper, like in the dark, that sort of thing. It was shit scary. That was.
Yeah.
We are home now from shopping. Oh, glad you're back in the warm. Does anyone know if all those 4 hours each? Is that what it is? The first episode, 4 hours? Can't be.
I don't think they're all going to be 4 hours because they're on Sky, aren't they?
It's is it HBO Max?
Yeah, but they're being shown on Sky One, aren't they? So I don't think that they're going to be.
That's what I was trying to figure out, because the adverts just said Sky, and I said to Lou last night, I was like, I need to find out like what it's on. Yeah, the Silent Hill one on PlayStation 1. And do you know what? I had a copy of that for years, and then now I'm sort of looking to get another copy of it. It's about bloody £75.
Yeah.
For a fucking PS1 game. Yeah, so there you go. It's just the atmosphere of the game was amazing. Such a, I mean, a completely different tone of game if you didn't have the sort of music in the background, I think.
All right, shall we jump into pickups, mate?
Yeah, I can do.
Right, so pickups of the week. Now, last week we were talking about me picking up some of the X-Men films. I picked up First Class, didn't I, and Wolverine.
Yeah.
So I was in CEX in Warrington, and I have to admit, guys, I have bashed Warrington CEX quite a bit recently. However, with it being a quieter day, the staff were actually quite approachable. You know, 2 people were serving, 3 people were doing something around the back. They saw me waiting, they stopped what they're doing. They came over to me and served me. I can't fault Warrington CEX this week. That's just a shame you can't be like that every week. However, what I did pick up, though, because I picked up First Class, is that I picked up the X-Men trilogy.
Yeah.
In a single box set.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that was £2.
£2. It's mental, that, isn't it? £2.
I picked up Days of Future Past.
Yeah, I like that.
Because of all, it's a shame it's a CEX reprinted case.
Yeah, that's annoying.
I might just take this into my CEX and see if they'll let me swap it over. So I picked up Days of Future Past, and I picked up Apocalypse.
See, I enjoyed that. I thought it weren't too bad. But there's so many people that go on about it.
I've only ever seen this once, Apocalypse, so I'll have to give it another go. So I think I'm missing Dark Phoenix is the only one I'm missing now, isn't it?
Yes.
And I don't mind missing that one. So I picked up Tenet.
Yes, I like Tenet. It's a bit more. It's a bit more, a bit wild, isn't it, compared to? I was thinking like is Christopher Nolan's other one. Fucking hell, why has it gone off my head?
Inception.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
So I picked up Tenet, and I picked up this one. Now I know. Did you pick this up the other week?
Yes, Byzantium. Yeah, I got it on Steelbook.
Right now, I thought I saw it somewhere,
Yeah,
So
Byzantium.
these were in my blind shop, Steve. Now I can't remember what the other one was that I picked up. However, because I'm short of space, I did have a good tidy up of my room, and I did clear out about
Oh,
30.
bless. Just one sec, mate. Kathy's messaged me just to say, could I apologise to Kerry because she's been timed out by accident. Sorry, Kerry.
So I had a big clear out. Now I did clear out about 30 Blu-rays that I'm not going to watch. So I think the third one of me pounds was probably in that. It can't be pickups without a transformer of some sort.
How do you find it?
Shockwave.
What the hell is that?
It's Shockwave.
Bloody
You
hell.
know I like Shockwave. He's there on my
Yeah.
arm. Look,
Yeah.
Shockwave pop figure. So he's
No.
going to live there.
I think I've ordered just a veggie burger, Kathy, to be honest. I couldn't be doing with the people tonight.
So yeah, I got Shockwave pop figure there. Now, I did have Chief Brody from Jaws box pop figure. Do you remember I picked them up a couple of months ago in Cash Generators?
Yeah.
It was only a couple of quid. When I was looking for space, and I'll do a video about how I've made space. I actually sold Chief Brody on eBay. I got £30 for him.
What? I got your Chief Brody.
Yeah, the Chief Brody pop figure that I picked up in.
Oh
Cash
yeah.
A couple of months ago for a couple of quid. I got £30 for him on eBay. So yeah, that's gone to buy more stuff. And I got an Attack on Titan wallet to replace my Transformers one because that's looking a bit old and tatty now. So I got a new wallet.
Yeah.
But that's my pickups. To be fair.
Fair enough.
Stevie, you'll go.
That's put me on big screen there, bud. That's the one. Byzantium you're talking about.
That's it. Yeah.
I sat and watched that last week. I enjoyed it. So I got a few bits this week. So I'm going to say it's fan mail because it is, isn't it? I mean, Big Steve sent me some bits to keep me going. So I'm going to say it's fan mail. So he got me Genlock, the first complete season. I did message him and say any good, and he was like, he enjoyed it. He did say last week that he got me A Star Is Born. Is it the original? This one?
It's like the third remake,
right? And then obviously he got me the steelbook for Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, which is really cool. So that'll go in my collection. And then a nice little showpiece, which is
don't forget that steelbook's empty, Steve. You need to add your
I know. I remember you telling me now.
Yeah.
But then he got me the Roger Moore set, which is what I asked for. So that's gonna look pretty cool. He is probably one of my favourite Bonds, to be fair, Roger Moore.
Well, I thought that when we were talking about Bond a couple of months ago, and when I saw that box set, I thought, you know what, you're gonna like it, but I didn't know if you already had it. So,
oh God,
the message.
That's almost recent behaviour, Steve. Yeah, there you are.
I've just been looking for that now. Then
that's him gone. A couple of other bits I picked up this week. I decided to go with a couple of quid for Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
They've got the steelbook in my local CEX, but I weren't paying sort of 20 quid for it if it was terrible. So I decided to spend £3 on this instead to see if it's any good. I picked up the Black Adam, so obviously from a DC collection.
Yeah.
So I weren't going 4K with this. Who wouldn't want Roger? Exactly. So I've got that one. I did finally cave and picked up the Wrath of Khan on Steelbook. Yeah. So I'm guessing there's a load of Steelbooks that actually have the thing down the side. Yeah,
it'll be the Delta, I think it is, isn't it?
I could imagine so, but it's celebrating the 50th edition. Yeah. I think it went down to about 20 in the end or something, but I had a couple of bits of vouchers, so for the next thing, really. I and then I picked up Gotham, the complete box set. I had, I think, seasons 2, 3, and 4 or something, which was annoying me. So I saw this one, which is a really nice set. So I picked that bad boy up, and I sent Lou in to CEX on when I was in work, because I noticed they had the full set of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for £18. So I've got, currently, I had seasons 1, 2, 3, 4. From what I can gather, they don't do seasons 5 and 6 UK on their own. So I had to go out and get the whole box set instead, so that I could have the whole set, which, to be fair, it's in one of those sort of cases, which is all right. Most of my box sets are in those cases.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, Lindsay and Alvin. I think if you were to watch my review of it, I think they could have had a good basis there to rebuild DC on the back of Black Adam, but now they're just kiboshing all of that and starting afresh. Now, it's a shame, but yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why, but I searched it because I was looking online for series 5 and 6. I'll show you in a bit, but I've done some moving about, and it was annoying me that I was missing 5 and 6 of it. Anyway, I had to look online, and CEX had it for £18, and when I checked, I wouldn't mind, but I'd been in CEX that day. I checked, and they had the bloody thing going in my local store. So I was like, I can't believe that. I was back in work the next day. So I said to Lou, I was like, look, you need to go and get this for me. He likes trying to...
I didn't know that, Pete. I was looking at a Scalextric set the other week when we were in game, and it was Kit from Knight Rider and the DeLorean, I think. Back to the Future. I know it was the DeLorean, but yeah. So I'm not really one into Scale. I watched when I was a kid, but not anymore. Christ, you just imagine.
None of us have the room for Scalextrics, really, do
you? Just imagine me. The double bed in this room will be disappearing. It will be a big Warhammer table and a Scalextrics track built around it.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say watch it. I'd say watch it. There is a good foundation there for them to have really built a good, solid DC franchise on the back of. But now the kiboshing it all. So
put me on big screen, mate. So this is what I've done. You can never get the blooming things level, can you? There you go. Nope, there we go. So I've put a lot of shelves up on that side wall. So I've got all my TV series up there now, rather than, I say all of them, there's still some in the loft. Rather than having it all. Which is pretty cool. I would go a bit further up. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, there's the He-Man set I sent you.
Yeah, I've got me TV shows together, and then I've got some stuff up the top, and then the kids stuff on the second row, really. And then just started the Blu-ray stuff down the bottom. But what is it with these cameras? There we go. Yeah.
I tell you what, it is a good use of space, that.
I had to, mate. I had absolutely no room.
Just in the corner.
What's that? Star Trek?
No, is that the movie chat's cap thrown into the corner?
Oh, one of them is. Yeah, I don't think we've got 2 of them.
Yeah.
That was the prototype, was it?
It was.
That was version 1.0.
I give mine away at the last meetup to everyone, so I was advertising and promoting. I need to get some more with Chester. Yeah.
What's that? Also, Corky are working on a really nice model of. And I never really got into to. Did you use a spirit level on? Yes, I did. I did. Q. Dave Repairs. Thank you for popping in and watching. Oh, thanks, Tonks. Yeah, I did. I spent a lot of bloody time making sure these things were level.
The only
So
reason
yeah,
why he did that is because he knew as soon as he put a picture on the group to me and Chris, one of us would spot the fact it was uneven.
honestly, because I've got two big ones there, two slightly smaller ones, and then two separate there. So there was only two that I needed to make sure matched. But yeah, I just wanted to get a bit more space, really. So what it's done is I've been able to sort everything else out now. So I've got room.
Yeah, I need to do a video with, because I've got a few little display stands that I've picked up and unboxed some stuff and made space and stuff like that. Well, I'll have to do a fresh one. And a couple of people have asked for a Transformers collection video as well, which I'll have to do.
Okay, I knew. What's that? Did you get any new bubble from B&Q? Sure, those shells look squinty.
You're saying is your bubble and your spirit level goosed.
Very funny.
Right. Shall we put the link in the chat for the ladies and gentlemen that want to come and join us? No, come on. Let's go.
I didn't need one.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the link is now in the chat. Please feel free to join us. Come and tell us what you've been watching, what you've collected this week, what you've picked up, and what are you just generally enjoying in TV and movie at this moment in time. Baz the Dev has asked you, what is your favorite DVDs or collectibles?
That's an impossible question, really. Collectible wise, I like my Daredevil up there, and my Crow figure. Me Time Machine. So me Back to the Future ones at the top there. My Talk Boy. There's bloody loads, to be fair. As regards to DVDs, probably some of the newer stuff, some of the stuff that I've not had from sort of growing up. I like the Visionary stuff, the Mysterious Cities of Gold, Thundercats, Defenders of the Earth. Them sort of TV series I loved growing up, but there's too many movies to sort of
so
say.
If you were to start again, then Steve, would it be your DVDs and Blu-rays or your collectibles?
Probably more collectibles. I don't know. No, because I still wouldn't get rid of the DVDs. To be fair.
Yeah.
DVDs and these collectibles. Yeah, thanks, Kathy.
Yeah, I'm more collectibles. I've got a little thin pencil shelf full of Blu-rays that I've only recently just started collecting, but I've dropped into that habit of buying them because they're bloody cheap enough now. So I'm gonna have to get out of that habit. You're not watching anything recently but football, YouTube? Yeah. He's sweating thinking about it. No, he will do, that'll be tormenting him all night now, Baz, about how he's answered that question. Ask him how many copies of Mean Girls he's got now.
I have one copy of Mean Girls, and there's going to be another one for you at some point. Thank you very much. Although this is so, when I knew this one anyway, but when I was sorting out my Blu-rays again the other day, obviously I realised that I had 2 copies of Forrest Gump, two different ones. That one I got from HMV, which I haven't bloody opened, and then the 25th anniversary of the bloody thing.
Yeah. I tell you, I was in HMV the other day, and I was having a good look around. Lana had gone into another shop, so you know, she allowed me to go into HMV to have a look, and I was having a good mooch. And I forget how expensive HMV is.
HMV is dangerous, though.
I forget how expensive it is when you're looking at like the premium collection, and then you're looking at like the 101 movies and Arrow and all that
Yeah.
lot, and they're all brand new films. They're not CEX prices. And then you go to the Blu-rays and you have a look at the Blu-ray. Even the big sale, the mega sale, not cheap.
No.
You know, it's mad. It's mad. It's when you walk into a charity shop and it says this is advertised in HMV at 15 quid, but it's still 50p in CEX. You know.
Yeah, Tugs, before you start disappearing with DVDs, let me know what you've got, if there's anything that's you think I'd like. I might chuck you an offer. I don't know what you've got at the minute. I think they do sell, though. I think that's the thing, is that they do sell. Yeah, cheers. There's nothing wrong with Mean Girls. I think they do sell. I think it depends what it is, really. It's like CDs though now, isn't it?
Just get a big box, put as many as you can in it, and he'll give you 15 quid for it.
No, we'll send them to Chris and Belle, because I know Belle loves them. And I'll get the decent ones out of that.
Yeah. Have them for free, little Steve. There's nothing special there. It doesn't have to be anything special, mate. It might just be a case that he just hasn't got a copy of it. You know? It does make people laugh, though, when I'm in shops and I'm video calling him or I'm ringing him. Have you got a copy of this? Have you got a copy of this? What about this one? What about that one?
Do you know how bad it is? I need to get some more covers for the fucking steelbooks. I must have about 150 of these bloody covers now. Which means I've got over 150 bloody steelbooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good, is it?
Told you. More money than sense. Just wait until you go to Chester.
If you have any blank VHS which have recordings from TV on, you know. Oh, bless you. Yeah, I bet there's some good adverts there if you've got recordings from TV. First thing I ever saw on eBay was Airwolf Chopper. Wow.
I would have kept that.
Yeah, I bet that's pretty awesome, isn't it?
So the Chester meetup is only around the corner now, the 25th of March. So we're meeting in the Square Bottle around about 12:30, and then we'll see where we end up from there. Now, if you've never been to Chester, it's a lovely little town, a little city. It's a city. It's a lovely little city. Some nice shops and some nice views. But there is 2 Weatherspoons as well. So we're going to have plenty to eat and drink and just a good time all round. So we'll probably lose little Steve for an hour while he's walking around the big CEX.
It's a big one.
It's a big one.
Yes.
So, yeah. So please feel free to join us in Chester. Andrew's still coming. Yes. Yeah. They haven't managed to convince him to go to the other one. They did the chargeable one yet. So
yeah, the chargeable one.
Chargeable one. Is there a cinema? Yes, there is a cinema. Yeah.
It'd be a bit rude though, wouldn't it, to go to the cinemas while Steve's there on his own.
I'll be in the cinema if you're going to the cinema. Let's all go and watch a film. Yeah. So. Yeah, come and see us. We'll be in Chester. Now I'm there, you're there. I think Kathy, Cherry, and Lee are coming, aren't they? Andrew's coming, and Junior's going as well.
It'll be a good laugh.
Yeah, it'll be a good day. It'll be a good day and night.
Is there an IKEA for? Yes, I would imagine there probably is, Dave.
Not in Chester.
There isn't that?
No, there is in Warrington. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Cora.
You can come down and get the travel lodge or somewhere. Come and stay here. We'll put little Steve on the airbed or something. Can you?
We're apparently everybody's staying at Steve's.
Yeah, why not? Why not? But yeah, it'll be good to see you, Richard.
Oh, nice one, Rich.
I know Ali said that. I know Ali said that she's coming, isn't she? So yeah,
Ali is.
Yeah, I'll eat you.
Oh, brilliant!
So it'll be good to see you. Like I say, we'll put the link back in now. So if you fancy coming on, I tell you what, I have watched this week. Or I watched today. It was recommended to me by Cheryl, who watches the channel.
Yeah.
The talented Mr. Ripley.
Now, what do you make of it?
That's another one I've never seen. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I know Brad's recommended The Warriors. And
Have you never seen The Warriors?
No, I've never seen The Warriors either.
Bloody hell, mate!
No,
THX.
I was too busy watching good stuff.
Oh, thanks anyway, Lindsay and Alvin. I wish you could come.
Yeah. There's a few
The
independent.
Warriors, man, that's amazing. The Warriors.
Yeah. Now I know Brad recommended that, and I'm going to put that on the wheel. So I'm not going to watch that one separately. So I'll put
What Warriors?
Yeah, because I know you've got a copy of it,
mate. It's my dad's favourite movie. I would definitely got a copy of that. I've watched that so many times.
But I'll put that one on the wheel.
Come out to play.
Warriors, there you go. So that's now on the wheel. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do the wheels now, shall we? If no one's going to come.
Yeah, go on then. So I can write it down while I'm here.
Window tab. So Mr. Ripley was the first time I've seen it, and I was quite pleasantly surprised.
That may be true, Kathy. That's my hope.
Right. Are we ready?
Yeah. Taxi driver. Classic. You looking at me?
Lana's going to be gutted because she's put Goodnight Mr. Tom on the wheel for the first week that we were doing this, and it's never come up.
Well, it's a sign there, really, isn't it?
And let's have a look at the actor's wheel. So give it a good shuffle. And we have taken Stallone out, haven't we? There he is.
There she is.
Okay.
Al Pacino. Is that right?
Al Pacino, yeah.
Nice one. Okay, so how much is that in CEX then? I need to have a look now.
There we go. Good evening, Cherry. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Al Pacino. Why is Coro saying again? We haven't done Al Pacino.
No, I don't think we have.
No? And Taxi Driver? No. There we go. So how are you, Cherry? What have you been up to?
I'm good. I've been working and I went for a walk yesterday with the dog and it was a long walk. So
I know it's 25 photos.
Yeah. Dodger thought it was much longer than it had to be because I had to call Dad and be like, can you come and like motivate him to do the last little bit of the walk because he wasn't moving.
Because the dog by that point had give up.
Yeah.
Charlton Heston. Have I not got Charlton Heston on the actor's wheel? No, I haven't.
Bloody hell. Fancy. I've never been into a situation where the dogs just give up and gone, nah, I ain't doing this no more. You've dragged me round.
This is not the first time I had to get my dad to come and get us once in the car
Really?
because he refused to walk back. I thought we had struggles getting up the hill, so I thought maybe he'll be all right when we're going down. No. Got him down to the bit where there was road and was like, Dad, you're going to have to come get us because he's not moving. Dad got there and he was like, hiya!
Yeah.
Thanks.
No, I don't think we've done Al Pacino, Cora. I'm pretty sure we haven't. I'll double check though.
Mum's asking if Dustin Hoffman has been on the wheel.
I think he's still on the wheel.
Yeah, Dustin Hoffman. I don't think we've had him yet. Tonks, I don't know. I mean, I do sometimes, but I don't do it the same way Steve does. So I don't know. I like physical copies of stuff. So where I can, I'll try and pick up a physical copy of them. But that's getting harder and harder with the fact that obviously streaming services now don't. Don't allow you to. Let me try again. Some of these streaming sites are not releasing the content for physical media, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I was watching AJ the other day, and he was saying about TV shows that should get a physical release, and especially one of them was obviously Stranger Things. Missing such a trick there, because if you brought a box set out of all of them, it would definitely sell out.
They might do it when it's all of them.
Well, this is it. When it's been out long enough,
you've got a set of Stranger Things now, though, haven't you? So
yeah, but the thing is, though, is that it's like, what was I watching? The Boys, season 3, right? Check this out. So Amazon. I thought, you know what? I've got The Boys season 1 and 2. I wonder how long it's going to be. Because bear in mind that came out last year, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Series 3, yeah. Blu-ray or DVD, you'll do. DVD, you'll do. Right, but you can pre-order it on Amazon. £18. Right. This title will be released on June the 14th, 2024.
That'll be when the new series is out.
Yeah.
They'll release the old series when the new one, because that's what they did with Cobra Kai, wasn't it?
I know, but come on, 2024.
Yeah, but the series of Cobra Kai didn't come out until the week before the new one was released.
And that's a DVD release. There's no sign of a Blu-ray release. So even though I've got the other two on Blu-ray,
it'll be because Amazon will want you sitting there rewatching season 3 on their streaming channel.
Yeah.
You know, the like I say, it's like Prey and things like that. Why are we not getting physical releases of those films?
Oh, I know. Yeah, they'll keep churning out special editions and limited editions of movies that have already got 6 or 7 copies.
Mm.
Yeah. But the reason why they do that is because people like yourself buy.
Don't get me wrong.
Anniversaries and 33rd anniversaries of stuff. How many Dirty Dancings have you got, Steve?
3.
How many of them are special editions of the same film?
Collector's edition. That one is the 30th edition. And that one's the keepsake edition.
And it's got about 40 seconds of different footage in each film.
There's a few extra bits, but it's predominantly books, and there's a map of the camp and all that sort of good stuff.
The what one? Ordinary. You've not got the normal one. Ordinary.
He has. I'm sure that was on that Girly Steel book I sent him.
What's How the Dirty Dancing? I don't think it is, actually. I don't think it's on your girly one, you know. Chick flicks.
Your girly one. It's for you to watch when Lou's out on the piss.
No. You see, you've got The Holiday, Made in Manhattan, Along Came Polly, Intolerable Cruelty, and 13 going on 30.
There you go.
So,
Shameful. Shameful that it's not on there.
That's his 19
Yeah.
sorted, isn't it?
It's also missing Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah,
No, he's got a copy of that already.
I probably have. That's the sad part about that one.
I think I've got a copy somewhere if you haven't.
No, it's fine. I think I've got that already.
Send it. Just do what I do. Just buy it and send it to him.
Do you know one of my best chick flicks I like? I don't watch it very often though. Which is Serenity.
Don't know.
Serendipity. Sorry, Serendipity. That's
Oh,
cool.
I think I've got them. No, it's one that's not available in this country.
What's that?
Mary Kate and Ashley. I've got like all of the films. And Mum's saying I've not got one, and I'm sure I've got all of them that are available in this country.
Yeah.
There you go, Tonks, just for you.
See? Secret United fan. That's why he's not
I'm
even
not.
mentioning the fact that
No,
City's
I'm not.
playing tonight.
I just appreciate a good movie.
No.
And
Yeah,
bad
so now when I have a look in like charity shops, I have a look at the chick flicks and go, oh, I wonder if Steve's got that one, and I buy a big box of them and just ship them to him.
Well,
But he watches them first, has a cry, and then sends them on because he feels dirty.
Of course I do. I can't compare notes with you if I don't see them. It's research purposes only, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just realised you've got mail, Not on Blu-ray anyway. I don't know if there is
You're
one.
going to have to get a copy of that now and send it down to him.
I've never had a Celtic. Right, we need a Celtic DVD for Tonks. He needs a Celtic DVD. My guess is he's a Rangers fan. Or a closet Celtic fan.
I was going to say he's a classic Celtic fan. When Harry Met Sally, a chick flick. Yeah, romantic comedy.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, well, sort of. We watched that not long ago, didn't we? Well, I did. I did.
We managed to review it, didn't we?
No, because you never saw it.
Oh.
So.
Because I watched it. You messaged me going, are you watching the homework? And I went, yeah. And you went, good. And then at the end of the day, you went, I hadn't seen it.
Shameful.
CEX doesn't have a copy of You've Got Mail on Blu-ray. You've only got it on
That
DVD.
means it doesn't exist on Blu-ray then, by the sounds of it.
£1.
The DVD side of it, yeah, there is.
Have either of you been watching Happy Valley?
No. There's two copies of that in your CEX.
Tired is a rom-com, Baz says.
There's 2 copies of that in your CEX, Steve.
Oh, You Got Mail?
Yeah.
I'm sure I've got it on DVD. In fact, I'm pretty positive on that one. I don't have the Blu-ray of it.
And there's there's 2 copies of mine.
Ah.
So yeah, a gay rom-com. Yeah. So what else have I watched this week? Oh yeah, so you'll like Genlock, Steve.
What's that? Yeah, I'm hoping so.
The second season's not great, but the first one's great. I did enjoy the first one.
Well, I watched because it was on telly. I think not because it was on telly. I watched it on Prime. I think I just put No Time to Die on the other night. I watched that again. I enjoyed that movie. What else did I watch? I watched another one that I'd seen not long ago as well, which I had in my head about 10 seconds ago before you started talking again. There was another movie anyway I put on which I'd seen a million times before. We'll have to watch The Apprentice tonight. That's another thing that we have to watch at the minute.
Yes, we are watching The Apprentice. Well,
yeah.
Did you think he should have went, or did you think that the PM should have gone?
Sorry, that echo from where? Where did that come from?
PM, apparently.
Yeah. I think they sent the wrong person home, didn't they, this last week?
The thing is what you have to remember though is we don't see half of the stuff, do we? Do you know what I mean? So I mean, at least half of the stuff. So sometimes it's one of those situations where he might have seen something in him or not seen something in him. Where he's gone, you know what? Actually, this is probably the right time for him to go, rather than it being, rather than us deciding which one would go. I do think it's another special kind of people on this program this year again.
Neil's popping out.
Hey, Jason.
You know what gets me about The Apprentice, right? When the show first started, it was people that actually had ambitions,
Some genuine ideas.
Yeah. Now you can run no disrespect to anyone in the chat before you all start shouting me. If you run a donut shop, you're now
Was it
on it.
Donut Shop last year, wasn't it?
Yeah. You've got an ex-hero hostess who's now running a beauty salon. What business is she bringing to Alan Sugar?
That I stopped watching it when it stopped being The Apprentice, and it is what it is now, where they've got the business plan. I'm not interested in it anymore.
There's a few of them that are really good. The ones where they have to find everything on a list and not have a clue what the hell they are. That's a good episode. And then obviously the actual interviews themselves, where they all get an absolute grilling.
Yeah, only at the end.
Absolute grilling.
Yeah.
What's
at
that?
the end, they should give that grilling at the start and go, actually, you're shit. Fuck off. Don't waste 18
Do you know how many they'd weed out though?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Can you just imagine? Right, thank you for joining us, ladies and gents. That's The Apprentice this year. No one's got it. You're all fucked off. Bye bye.
I think like some of them though. They keep people in for the sake of the program. So you're looking, some of them absolutely do my head in. By about week 4, there's a few of them at least that I'm like, I just want gone. They are absolutely terrible. They can't do anything. Or they're just bullying people, but they keep them in until the last minute, don't they?
They'll get to the interviews, won't they? So they won't make the final 3, but they'll make the interview stage. And then you get to the business plan and it's on the back of a fag packet.
Pictures of logos.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, there's no actual content at all.
Logos.
Yeah. It's like last year, didn't she just? Wasn't it proven that she just copied and pasted a load of shit off the internet? She had no idea what was in a business plan. On page 3 of your business plan, you're going to say that you're going to be doing X, Y, and Z. Have I said that? Yeah, it's here. You wrote it. It's your business.
I mean, yeah, it is entertainment, Kathy. You're right, but it's like that last year. I think that woman should have got disqualified myself because there was another partner in the business, a sister.
Yeah, a sister. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it was very clear that that like straight off, if that had come out straight off the bat, that actually she wasn't the sole owner of this company. It was her and her sister. Mm-hmm. She should have gone for that.
It should be the show where they say that, Coro. But me and my mum were talking about it the other day, about how everything's kind of overproduced now. Like all the reality TV shows they're not reality, they're just a lot of production.
That's pretty true, Coro. That's about right.
Well, it's an interesting one though, because Dana used to watch Essex. The Only Way is Essex. And then they've started putting some of the conversations that you see happen in real life. However, some of them have been enhanced for your entertainment pleasure.
Enhanced.
So how many times have you refilmed this conversation? And no wonder it looks fake as fuck. All three of us are sent to the Wetherspoons in Chester in March to have a conversation about something, and then we're going to film it.
I'll tell you, one thing I will say about this year's Apprentice, what I've noticed, the women are a lot more bitchy. The women are definitely...
They're probably prodded.
They're
said something about the lips. They're all like...
Yeah, that's true. It's all scripted crap. Yeah, I know, but it's entertainment. I mean, we sat and was watching, yesterday, I think we were just watching old reruns of Gogglebox from. I think it was on Prime. They've got Gogglebox on there, and there were ones from I think like 2000, 2001 or something. But there was that is it Liar that program. There's one called Liar, I think it was called. It looked really good, but I haven't bloody seen the thing. But I need to watch it now. And there's another one that they were reviewing as well.
It's how you find new television shows to watch is Gogglebox.
Yeah, but the thing is, they start talking about the bloody thing, so it's like almost like I have to turn that off. Then
the thing for me, well, what was I going to say was the reality TV show that's just gone up my head.
Love Island.
Traitors.
No.
Now that was good. I want to see the US one. Apparently brutal.
Dragon's Den.
Oh yeah,
because there's no original ideas now in Dragon's Den. You know, you're reinventing things that people invented 20 years ago on Dragon's Den. And I don't know how Peter doesn't see that, because he's been on every flipping episode and probably had every business under the sun. And he's like, oh, however, he did pull that woman up that put a bag on a set of wheels in a detachable bag. Did you see it when he took the bag off the wheels? So why can you detach it? She went, oh, you're not meant to detach that. Well,
broke it.
Detachable, you know? No, it's just Velcro. We just unvelcroed the bag off the stand, and off he went with it. He went, well, why can't I just carry it like this? She went, it's not designed to do that. You're meant to keep it on the wheels. You're a fucking stupid person.
A friend of mine was on X on the Beach. It was entirely scripted. Really?
Yeah. I remember watching
had a partner he lived with at the time. Did he have a partner by the end of it though, Kathy? That's my question.
The first couple of seasons, the first couple of seasons weren't scripted though, were they? Because they didn't know what they were going on to.
It was an earlier season though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the first season wasn't scripted because it was completely.
Yeah, nobody knew about it. They didn't actually know that was going to happen. But
yeah, the second season they had a rough idea. By the third season, they knew exactly what they were letting themselves in for.
Yeah.
Well, I remember watching my mum's friend on it and going, he looks like a right. He's been called. Yeah, he's been called all sorts of names. But it's just not actually who he was as a person. It was just an act for X on the Beach.
There's one I slightly over-toasted the bun, so it might taste like shit.
But they did it with Geordie Shore as well, because Gaz, one of the main characters, had a girlfriend offset, but then still had this romance, will they, won't they, with somebody who was in the show. So, I miss Leon and June too.
Yeah.
Well, it was season 8. It's quite late then.
He was on season 8. Yeah, so by the time you get to season 8, it was quite late on then, isn't it? You know exactly what we're getting on to, what was going to happen. And it's not a surprise. But when you watch that first season and they go down to the beach and all of a sudden the Rex is there, it's like, what is this all about?
I did enjoy it the first season, but then it got worse. And I was like, I'm not interested anymore because they know what they're going into. As you say,
on that first season, by the second or third X, it started to click that this isn't coincidence that these people are here now, and they start shitting themselves, and it's like, who the fuck's coming out? And so when it was like, right, Steve and Robin, you're going down the beach, you could see the instant dread in their eyes that fuck, you know, who is it? But after those series, it's like, oh, it's going to be this person. He was a dickhead, or she was a bitch, and you know, and then they end up having arguments on the bit, and it's just all. It's not shock TV now, is it? So,
but this is it. I mean, apart from the obvious Love Island, have we come to a point now where, like, these things are dying off, or what?
I hope
even Love Island for me, I'd kill Love Island now.
Well, there's 2 seasons a year now that people are saying, and a lot of people are out of it now. They've had enough.
It's a bit overkill, isn't it now?
The fact that they've had so many problems with people that have left surely
Yeah.
that could be a sign to not do it anymore.
Well, there's that
But,
debate, isn't there, that they should. It's worth that much bloody money, but they should have cancelled it.
I mean, Jeremy Kyle went after one.
Yeah.
So, well, one official one, but
Well, was that even Jeremy Kyle's fault?
mm,
When you look at the case, was it really his fault? It just happened he'd been on that show. Where the other guys that in Love Island, for example, were
yeah,
pushed into fame, pushed into that, and then because the next year a new bunch of people and they could just get dropped, don't they? So it's just like, right, how am I coping? And that's where that's come from, you know. But in the way of like Caroline Flack, you know, that was the media that did that to her,
yeah,
not Love Island, you know, in a sense.
yeah.
But for me now, it's the same. You can't get a group of people to go on that show who's after love but not fame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're after fame more than anything.
Yeah.
Well, they're after their deals with Pretty Little
Yeah.
Thing and
Yeah.
Boohoo and all the other things they get.
But they're not realistic people. They're not bank managers or McDonald's chief burger tossers or anything like that, are they? They're all, I'm a YouTube influencer, or, you know, I'm a model, or I've got this contract or that contract. There's no normal people in any of this now.
Well,
No.
we prefer stuff like the Great Pottery Throwdown and British Bake Off and all the other ones that I can't say.
The Sow and Bee's quite
Yeah.
funny.
When they're all quite nice to each other. Like it's
Yeah.
the American, they have to have drama in it to be entertaining. I don't need it. When they're
Yeah.
nice to each other and they all help each other, that's perfectly fine. I like it.
Hmm.
Yeah, Caro saying he likes the Antiques Roadshow.
That's fixed too.
I read in the newspaper article that the old Gladiator was fixed like wrestling. I don't know if it was or it wasn't the old Gladiators. I think a lot of it was set up for entertainment purposes, wasn't it?
Well,
You
some
know,
people would win and then like they'd have a bit more of a fight in them, but I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
it was as bad. I don't know.
Yeah. I think certain games where it could have been a lot more physical wasn't physical and stuff like that. But there was a couple of serious injuries, wasn't there, on one of the early seasons of Gladiators? People popping knees out and stuff like that, and so it was probably toned down a little bit. But yeah, for me, things like Love Island, although it's addictive and you do end up watching it, and
Yeah.
it is a case of for me, I think it's run its course. You know,
I think
unless
Big
you're going
Brother
to
shouldn't do that.
get real people on it again, normal people. You know,
We'll see what happens with Big Brother, though, like you say.
Yeah, give me Joe Bloggs with his dad bod and his hairy chest. You know, or
Can you imagine Love Island like that? I mean,
Yeah.
normal people. Jesus
Normal
Christ.
I think it'd be entertaining. I watch Gogglebox because they're all normal.
Yeah.
not everyone's got to be a 6-foot model or built like a brick shithouse. You
Yeah,
know,
that's true. If
it's
you're
the
dating a milk
show
show.
already being broadcast. Dating and MILF. Well, you need to be careful with that, Coro, because depending on where you come from, if you're coming from Little Steve's neck of the woods, she could be 14.
Really? This is coming from you? Is it Gilf at your by 14 at your end?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, around my age, mate, there is probably grandmas at my age.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think there is.
You know. But no, I think, like I say, I think reality TV. It's like when they do these shows where they're following stars around. You know, like when they did like Hogan Knows Best and Meet the Foleys, and that's all scripted. That's not their real life, is it? You know, you look at well,
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
yeah, it's all that stuff. That's all
Totally real, Dog the Bounty Hunter. What are you talking about?
Well, I think it's kind of started with Kardashians and
That was before
Geordie
then.
Shore, no, Jersey Shore, and the OC. Because I remember them talking about the OC and Orange Hill County or something.
Yeah.
Where they were, it wasn't necessarily scripted, but if two people had a problem with each other, they'd be like, "Oh, be at this bar at this time," and then like they'd have them walking in and be like, "Ooh, look who's walked in,"
Oh, that's
and that
like
kind
Essex,
of thing.
isn't it? Essex and Chelsea are the same.
Yeah.
But then they refilm that conversation a couple of times because it's not as juicy or you know. Have you said that? No, I didn't. I said this. All right, sound. Fuck off. No, that's right. We won't. We
need more.
Yeah, we need more. You know.
Hunted's another one that I used to enjoy, like the first couple of seasons, and now I don't enjoy it the same because you can see that it's so produced.
It's like Most Haunted, wasn't it? We were watching. Do you watch that Walk with Me on YouTube? Tim that goes and stays in all the hotels and does all his review.
Seen bits of it.
Yeah. So he was stayed in the most haunted hotel in Wales. It was, and he was getting a private like tour around this hotel, and it was like every 30 seconds there was like another. Oh, did you hear that? Or oh, did you hear that? You're not allowed through that door, yeah, because you've got a member of the hotel staff going. You know, trying to make it like it's haunted or something. It's just like that. That's what it is. But that Most Haunted and Ghost Hunters and all that, they were all the same thing, weren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear that bang? Well, yeah, you've got a whole production crew of about 40 people behind you. Who's probably tripped over a Coke can or something. You know,
I've never been interested in those ones just because it's all behind like a TV screen. Like there could be anything. And The Hills, that's the one. That's what the one I was trying to get to. The Hills. It was one of the early ones.
Is there really?
Yeah, no, not Nick.
Not anymore. Paolo, no.
That's scripted, is it?
Not anymore.
No.
I think the very early reality shows were.
Below Deck isn't scripted. They just ply them with alcohol. People have come out and then talked about it and gone, yeah, they just try and get us drunk. Because I was just like, why are we always getting so drunk? Like,
why are they all
after the first night, you'd be like, maybe it's not such a good idea when there's cameras there all the time to get so drunk. But no, I think like the ones like the Sewing Bee and stuff like that, those reality type shows, I think they're okay. I think there will still be production things, but less so than any of the other ones.
It was like what's it? Was it Vicky that was on Geordie Shore that went off? Vicky Patterson that went off to do other bits.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She was like, I don't like being referred to or being related to Geordie Shore, and it's well, why? Because I was young and I was stupid. No, you were young, you were stupid. You got pissed and you shagged on camera. That's what you want to try and get away from.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, understandably so, really.
Yeah, but she wasn't complaining when she was making mega bucks for being on an MTV produced program.
And not just one series, though, as well. Just one.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like she's just done the one series and then done. She was 8 and 9 series. She was going back. And there's people that it's like the latest ones, that reunion series, isn't it? Where they've all gone back to it. And then, apart from Vicky's not had anything to do with it. She doesn't want to be related to the show. But everybody else that's left for reasons have come back into the show. oh, we'll do another season. Yeah, because you
Well, I
get
just
paid.
think it was so bad for Charlotte's mental health, like, to be on that show, because she was really in it. It wasn't ever like an acting type of job for her. It was her life being where they were staying. So
Yeah.
I don't think it. I think it's stuff like that can be quite bad for people's mental health. Like,
Mhm.
but they don't realise until they're out of it. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you know a reality show where people go to an island and get voted out one by one? Not a day. Was it Survivor?
Yeah.
That's what Kathy said. It was, yeah.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, I've not seen. I can't see the things.
Oh, sorry, Kathy. Yeah, there you go. I've seen it now. Yeah, Survivor.
I could see you nodding like she'd said it.
It's like the challenge. Do you watch the challenge?
I've seen Mary Kate and Ashley did the challenge as their movie. So I've seen
Yeah.
that, but I've not actually seen the challenge.
So the challenge is to say they send 20 people to go and do these challenges, and they compete against each other, and then the last two end up in a challenge match at the end, and the loser gets sent off. So they're all dead competitive during the day, but in the evening, they're all friends, they're all getting pissed, they're all off sleeping with each other or whatever else. And then the next day they're all beating the crap out of each other again. It's quite compelling TV to watch and see that these relationships make and break as the season goes on. At the end of it, they have a reunion show. So this is like 2-3 months after it's been filmed. And then they're all in the studio, and then they're all talking about it, but all the beef that's still going on through the season is still quite war with them a couple of months later. So to me, that's real.
Yeah.
By the way that they're reacting with each other after that. They're not friends. If they're not friends at the end of it, they're not friends in the reunion. It's not like the Love Island one where they've all kissed and made up and they're like, oh, now we've seen it. We knew you didn't mean that. Well, you've seen exactly the same thing we did, so you know what she said word for word. So why do you think she doesn't mean?
Dance mums, that had two dance teachers that they really hated each other. In real life, they didn't. They spoke to each other quite often, and they were friends.
Oh, here we go. Here's the thing that Facebook's listening to you. ITV confirms middle-aged Love Island called The Romance Retreat. ITV are in the front of single parents.
I wonder if they're going to actually have dad bods in, though.
You don't know.
My mum's just asked if my dad's going on.
Single
Hey,
parent. What's your mum trying to tell you there, Sherry? That
I'm staying out of it. Don't get involved. Yeah, Gemma Collins. Gemma Collins is another one I feel a bit for.
I don't think she was forced to become the JC. I
don't think it was forced, but like she felt like she had to, and now she doesn't know like the difference between her and the GC, like because Paris Hilton did the same kind of thing. She created this persona, and then all these years later, she's like, I don't actually know where the persona ends and I begin. So it's really interesting to see like them talk about stuff like that. Hi, Jilly.
It's like it was the male Gemma Collins, the one that was with her all the time.
I can see his face. Spencer?
Not Spencer, the other one. Is it not Raj? What's his bloody name?
Yeah. Lindsay and Alvin have said it.
He's the one. James Argent. Thank you, Lindsay. Thanks, Kathy. He's the one that you feel sorry for because he's been up and down, and that rehab and everything else. And when you think he's just getting back to normal, they throw him into a couple of episodes and then he kicks it off again.
Yeah.
You know, why put him through that? Gemma Collins just took the role on, didn't she?
Yeah.
JC, and that was it. Then she was gone. You know, but she's not really had what he's had in the way of the traumatic experiences and stuff. Because let's face it, she goes onto the telly and everybody knows her as Gemma Collins, the JC
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Essex, and she plays up to that. You know, but with Arj, you can see there's a couple of episodes in a couple of those in those series where he's like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you including me in this? Because I don't want to be here.
Well,
But-
maybe you don't know if Gemma GC she might have had the same thing, but they've never shown it because that would be a break in her character, and why they wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
So it's like it's very difficult to know who these people actually are.
You can always say no. You don't need to return the next series. They do it for one reason, and they do it for one reason only, don't they? Which is the money.
Yeah,
I
100%.
don't know. I think like when a lot of these people are in things, they don't see how bad it is.
Oh.
Yeah,
Mm.
it is a type of grooming. Like they won't see how bad it is whilst they're in it, and then they'll come out of it eventually
Yeah, but they're
and
not
go,
daft.
actually, that
though.
was really
They're not
bad.
daft. They're not daft, though. These people are
You
not
don't
daft.
have to be daft. You don't have to be daft. I think that, like you don't have to be daft or naive or anything. I just think like you get in certain positions and you're in it. Deep thoughts on movie chats today.
Deep thoughts, yeah.
Deep thoughts with movie chats.
Next week, we've got an occupational health therapist joining us.
Yeah.
You know, I've had enough. I'm being bullied by my co-hosts. You know, oh, you don't see my pain.
Nah, little Steve. You're just pretending to be little Steve at that point. That's a bit of role playing. We've not got into the role playing yet, Big Steve.
He is the Megan.
The
That's
good,
Amber
the
Heard,
bad,
innit?
and the little Steve. You know, it is what it is.
See, the thing is for me, Steve, were you silenced or were you silenced? Do you know what I mean?
Oh dear.
He's always playing the victim.
See?
That's his
Who
problem.
silenced who then?
He's always playing the victim.
Mm-hmm. You kicked him off twice. You've not seen it yet. Well, I'm not on my own. Oh no.
No, so it's just all fun and games, isn't it?
Oh god, he's muted him now. Guys. Children.
Nice.
Good night, Tonks. Big Steve's still muted.
He is, isn't he? He's got nothing to say. He knows he's been bested.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm so red. I can feel so red.
Do you know what the funny thing is, right? Is that he forgets he's the only one to fall off his chair live on stream. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, but to be fair, he hasn't spat on anyone.
I've never done that on camera. However, you're about to put your drink everywhere.
I'm more controlled than you are, Big Steve.
Lindsay and
Sorry,
Arwen.
Phil.
I don't
Changing each other's names.
The boss. All right.
This is the only time he gets to think he's the boss, all right? He doesn't get it at home.
The monkey. I'm
Goodness
offended.
me.
I'm offended.
You're offended? Why?
And I'm a monkey.
You've been swinging off my coattails for the last 18 months.
Oh,
Oh God! right, we've lost Cherry now. She's gone. Right. So, ladies and gents, before this goes off into anarchy, we're going to...
Before?
Trust me. You guys don't see what he does to me during the VTs. Do you know when we get to the bottom bit? I can see what he's doing during the VTs, and you guys can't, so you don't see the abuse he gives me during that.
Sure.
You know, he does pick on me. And you don't see what he says to me in the chat as well.
Really?
Maybe you deserve it. Just
mine's all retaliation. I just don't hide it.
no, I believe little Steve's an angel, so
Yeah.
I don't know, and that's where we just lose Cherry.
No.
Oh God! Right. Anyway, I am.
You think that?
Anyway, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are. Yeah, thank you, Coro. Thank you for seeing my point. We are going to call it a day. So thank you very much. We are slowly growing in the right direction. We're on 304 subscribers as of this afternoon. So thank you very much. Thank you for your continued support. We hope to see you at the meetup in March. That's if little Steve makes it up here, because he'll be busy playing the victim. And we'll see you on the next lot of videos. So, Cherry, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me again. I know I've been a bit absent, but it's winter. I hibernate, so.
Your mum said your attendance on here is just as bad as it was in school, so don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, completely accurate. To be fair, it was much worse in school. So. Yeah. The laughter in the background is both my mum and my dad. Mostly my dad, though. He's very entertained.
Anyway, on that note, on that note, we're going to call it a night. So thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Bye.